Hey, all right, this is my segment of packing for our NCL Escape cruise that we're about to go on. We're actually going to leave in 2 days. I think today's Thursday, and we're leaving Saturday morning. Um, I pack differently than Tony. You'll see he just kind of, in my opinion, he's somebody that just puts everything into the suitcase and he goes about his business. Now, this is just for packing the clothes portion. We both are going to, we both will do an essential part, and that's our makeup, toiletries, all of those little extras. So this is just for the clothing part. I want to start by saying I do take three pairs of shoes. They don't go in this suitcase. I have a personal item or another travel bag that I will show in the essential packing, and I will show you my shoes in that. It's a container at the very bottom, so you won't see my shoes being packed. I use packing cubes, and I'm just going to show you how I go about using that. This is a step-by-step, so if you're new to packing, this might be something that you will be interested in. So you're new to traveling, you haven't taken many trips, and you might be interested. If you are a seasoned packer, I don't know, you might find something you can get, or you may think, I know it, I got it. And if that's the case, leave in the comments what you can suggest how to improve. I'm always pack a little bit differently for each trip, whether it be if we're traveling to Europe, or if we're traveling, if I'm just traveling 4 hours down to see my brother and family and friends, down in Macon, because we're up in the upstate of South Carolina, or if I'm traveling on a cruise. All right, so the first things first, I want to show you packing cubes. Now, these are not the compression ones, so I don't know how well you'll be able to see. It is just a box. That's how it comes out. I don't know how well you can see all that, right? This one has a handle, and if you wanted to, you could probably pack a weekend in here if you are a light packer. Now, I'm going to just open these up. I haven't used these in a while because I like the compression ones, which I'll show that. But here's another one. Sometimes I will use these small ones to put little items in, like maybe some makeup, things like that. So I'm going to put these over here. I'm just showing you this. This is one of these little makeup, kind of a travel bag, and it works well if you want to put makeup. I will probably put my makeup in these. So I'm going to put these over here to the side. I think this one is like a shoes or something. Well, that looks really small for shoes. I don't know really what that one's for. This one's a little bit different. You slide your clothing in, okay? So let me fold these and put these away. The ones that I like are the compression. So as you can see, it's very narrow, and in order to get it to be, these maybe have not been used, to the size that you saw previously, you unzip and you see how it will open. Okay, so that's how you start off when you pack, and I'll show you that. Then when you're done packing, you have a second set of zippers, or zipper, another zipper that will just completely compress it down. I'm going to show you that in this video. I am not sponsoring or saying you have to use any particular brand. I like using packing cubes. I like the compression ones. It's what I like. Tony doesn't. He likes packing in the suitcase, and that's fine. So you have to do what works for you. But these are some ideas and options. My suitcase, you see and I didn't bring my readers. So it is looking to be probably 14 by 19. So it's one of those 19, when you order your suitcases, they'll give you the sizes Usually it's like a 19, 20, 22, 24. I think they go up to 28. The bigger, obviously, the suitcase. When you're traveling on a cruise, if you can pack into a smaller suitcase, and especially if you were in an inside cabin, we're traveling inside cabin this time. Last time we did too. It's a choice that we're making. But if you're traveling inside cabin, there's not a whole lot of storage space. So if you bring in and ask us how we know, we have traveled with those, we call them body bag suitcases, because they're huge and you could probably put a body in there if you had to. I think it's been done. And then you were stuck with finding a place to put that in your cabin, and it's not easy, not in all cabins anyway. All right, so I recommend if you can go on a smaller suitcase, pack in a smaller suitcase to do that. Now this one has its own like little compression compartment, and then of course, you know, the other type of compression, the belts here. It is an expandable. If you can get expandable, I encourage that. If you can get one with the rotating wheels, I encourage that as well. So far, this one has taken me all the way from, let's see, I've traveled to Ireland, London. I have taken, this is our third cruise with this. So, and I've used this when I drive down to Macon. So, okay, so let's get going with the packing. Now I just have my workout wear and my undergarments, I think you can see me, and my nightgown. I will try to pack these, and I'm gonna put this over here. I will try to pack these in one of these, okay? It's not a whole lot, and as a matter of fact, we'll just see how it goes. So I usually take 2 nightgowns. This is what I sleep in. This is more of a, this is one that my dad gave me years ago. So I like to roll. Well, it was my parents, but my dad, it was kind of from him. So I want to travel with it. This one's already folded. So folding for me on these kind of things, I'm not careful about. Now, when you wear dresses, they have this is called some type of a slip, and I like it. It's just, if your dress ever flies up, you're not worried about it. Now I take 3 pairs of socks for my trip. I don't mind re-wearing. Socks are not a big deal for me. And I take a pair of underwear for, this is actually going to be too big. No, I'll be able to get this in here. One for each day. So anyway, these are my underpants. So I'm gonna put that in there. This is my workout outfit. I just take one this time because I don't need more for this particular sailing. All right. I forgot to pack a bra, so I'm putting a bra in. I will wear a bra, and let's see if I can put that kind of where it won't squish that cup. And now I'm just going to zip it back up. So then I'm going to zip this up. And then it looks like this. Now I'm going to compress it, and you'll see there's a zipper here, and I'm just going to zip around. Like so. Okay. That is done. I am going to, we'll just set it right here for now. I don't know the configuration. So now I've got to pack these items over here. And let me see if I want, so in taking, I can take this right here. I think you can see. So I'm going to look for another size of this, and I think I'm going to see if I can do, like put 2 of these in one. Like maybe I can squeeze it together. I think when I was packing on the last time, I'm going to open these up. When I was packing on the last time, I was really cramming in a lot of clothing. Okay, which way? Here it goes. And I remember using one of the larger ones, and I remember thinking the next time I pack, I'm going to try to use these little bit smaller cubes and see if I can put them in a little bit easier formation for me. All right, so what do I want to pack on this one? Let's do our swimsuit and cover up. Now I'm bringing this swimsuit, and I'm going to tell you, I tried it on, and I really believe that my butt has gotten smaller. So I'm a little concerned. I'm hoping that I don't have any kind of a situation. So anyway, when you're packing, always keep in mind of those things. And all I'm saying is just, it seems to be a little bit loose right back here. Normally they're cinching into my butt. So I find that interesting, which is probably nothing that you really care about. So, oh well, anyway, so I'm putting this here and my two swimsuits. Okay. Found this at a thrift store, got it for $1 something. I was down in Macon, and I thought it was quite interesting, and it's really nice, and that makes me feel happy that I got it. All right, so let's put these maybe back here. Now the next thing I need to think about is, before I start diving into my clothes, I already have my travel outfit. Now I've got to think about what is going to probably be a very good embarkation outfit. What am I going to wear to get onto the ship? What am I going to wear for my first day on the ship? What will carry me over into the evening for dinner so that I'm not trying to have to worry about changing. And the outfit that I've decided to wear is this. You'll see that in my previous video. So I'm going to put that right back here so that I can have it separate. I do not want to accidentally pack that. All right, so I think I'm going to go with this one next. So I did make a packing video, both Tony and I did, of showing you what we're wearing, and you can have an idea of that, and it might help you with what you're trying to achieve in your packing goals. Let's see, we'll put this shirt in here. Another thing to consider when you're packing are items that are not going to wrinkle so easy. If you have those items, I'm going to show you in our essentials something that we do bring that you can spray on your items to, when you hang them up, it will help release some of the wrinkles. But if you bring certain things, cotton, usually 100% cotton, you are going to have a problem. You'll probably have to iron. Okay, so let's go with this top. And so I just usually do a fold over and then I just kind of roll. It's kind of what I like to do. All right, so this one seems like it's quite full. I don't think I have to add any more. And a lot of this is going to be unpacked when I get on the boat anyway, or the ship. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to compact it or compress it. And as long as you don't have them extremely full, they will compress quite nicely. So let's see if I can kind of finagle this in. So this is where I was thinking last time that if I had used two and the way I packed, I could put these in here. And then maybe for the stuff that, now this one's probably not going to wrinkle, but most of it's not. I got a couple of things that will, then I can put maybe the larger, one of the larger cubes for, let's see if I have one already open. Nope, they're all compressed. And just put it right there. Because I did discover that they didn't stack. I had them so full they didn't stack so well for this particular suitcase. All right, so let's open this one up again. I guess whenever I finish them up, I usually zip them back up. All right. Now these I do like the mesh because you can see what's in there, and I do try to pack everything kind of together. I think most people do. You will find that on a lot of YouTube videos where people are showing you their particular style. All right, so let's see if we do this. If I have this out here, and then I can take these, and these are the things I've had to iron, so that's why I'm looking at them the way I am. Or as my grandmother would say, press them out. So maybe it wasn't a full ironing session like some outfits that you, or some material you have to iron, but this was, I did have to press the wrinkles a little bit. Let's see if we can just do something like that. Okay, so let me make sure the inside here is kind of like that, and so I just did a little chop. I'm going to put this right here. Okay. And that will give me something I can put on top and whatever I can roll for in here. So let's go with this dress. Now with that 5-4-3-2-1 packing, this was what I considered more of a wild card. I am going to try my best to say I'm not going to wear a dress on my trip is really crazy, but I'm going to see. It's not going to happen. I just know it. I love wearing dresses on my cruises. Anyway, I'm bringing 2 dresses for this particular sailing. Normally, I just bring all dresses for my cruising, for my dinner or my evening, and then shorts for excursions. All right, so those are fitting in there. Now these 2. Now my coat is going to go with me the day of. I don't want to pack it because if I need it, then I've got to dig around and unpack what I've done. That's another thing I'm going to talk about. Okay, so that goes there. This one, of course, these right here are not likely to wrinkle, but as with anything, I'm sure if you folded it in such a way, you can probably make that happen if you tried hard enough. All right, let's zip this up. Got everything. All right. Now we're going to compress it. As a matter of fact, on this one, I don't think I need to compress it. I don't feel that I want to do that. So that's the beauty of these. If you don't want to compress it, you don't have to. If you feel like you need to, then you can. All right, so that's going to go right there. Then I can zip this up. Okay. These are nice in here, but I put them on top of my little bands that on my strap. So we're going to pull that out. I'm going to kind of lay that in there. And then it's just a kind of a push with the fingers. And then I take these, the strap, and just pull it so it will be somewhat tight. All right, so everything is in there. Maybe I don't want to make those little dents. Keep everything kind of nice and neat. Now, if I need to add anything to my suitcase when we get ready to do our essentials, which I'm sure I will, because I'm looking at something right now, I will add that. And that will be my next video, and I will go into more, a little more details of packing, those little things that we don't think we need on our vacation until we get there and realize they really are quite handy. So I'll be going over that in just a little bit. All right, if you liked this and you thought that it was helpful, let me know. Leave a comment, give a thumbs up, share this with a friend. When you travel, it's a lot of fun. It doesn't have to be strenuous in terms of packing. You don't need to pack your kitchen sink necessarily, even if you're taking a long trip. You just have to be smart and practical about it. All right, we'll see you in the next video.